We're back with Brittany Davis. The new album is Black Thunder. The song you just heard was called Sarah's Song, and it's definitely the most difficult listen on this album.
Ooh,
Ooh,
talk
yeah.
about,
Ooh,
talk
ooh,
about it.
ooh
Talk
is
about it.
right. Um, you completely shift the way you speak in that song,
Uh-oh.
right? You
Talk about it.
you go from having one voice throughout the album to suddenly having another. Tell me about that decision.
It wasn't a decision, it was a requirement. Um, it took me it took me 5 seconds to realize that I couldn't be myself in that song. When I heard the beginning drum rolls from the drummer and bass plugs, I don't know why, but it just hit me like the ancestors needed to say something. Something bigger than myself had to make a statement. And it's not just about Sarah, but that is a kiss mark, that is a wax seal on the letter of justice that was that song. For so many Black bodies, minds, and spirits that were broken in ways beyond our imagining. We had something to say in that moment in that studio with those people. We were not, I say we because I wasn't just myself. Ancestrally, we were not given the opportunity to speak in those ways and truly manifest the power of the brokenness, even in the tonality in which we spoke. We had to be dignified and upright and speak with an air of polish, even in our activism. We couldn't get rowdy. We couldn't get crazy. We didn't fight if they spat on us at the lunch counters. We didn't push back if we were handled roughly. All of these things. But there was a need of deliberate energy towards the brokenness, not just of the slave trade, you know, is the physical model that America showed us, but the institutionalized model that we're being shown today, the internal battles that we're being forced to fight for ourselves, our families, and our loved ones, not just in our bloodlines, but just in our communities alone. By the time I was 12 years old, I knew of 15 deaths, uh, mostly due to gun violence, some into the prison system, and some because of sickness and poor health care. And so, like, these kinds of things are really a powerful reminder that in Sarah's song, the slave trade wasn't all I was talking about. I wasn't just talking about this woman. I was talking about a womb of deception that America birthed Black bodies through. And we were meant to follow her instructions, but not to gain her nourishment, not to gain her power, not to inherit her kingdom. So as an American citizen, I'm not from Africa, so I'm not African American. As an American citizen, I want to say, I love you, America, and I hope that you learn to see yourself. I hope that you learn to love yourself more than the atrocity that we cause. That's
How,
what that song was.
how do how do you love America, especially right now. Like, I'm having trouble loving America.
My Bible tells me to love my neighbor as I love myself. You know, the first thing it tells me is to love the Lord my God with all my heart, mind, strength, everything, every soul piece of me and might, and to love my neighbor as I love myself. America is my neighbor. And despite all of her flaws, I love her and I see her because I understand what it means to be desperate, to live in a world that doesn't know you for yourself, but only for your application, what you can do. And when you lose the purpose and the power behind that, or the ability to execute, because you don't have the strength in military, because you don't have the strength in mind and body to be all that you once were, then you become desperate and you make false moves left and right that cause you to stumble and cause other people to stumble. And that's when you need to be loved the most.
You're quite a person.
Just one, just one person. All glory be to God.
We could use a few more like you. How did you come up with Sarah's story?
It was in the room. I mean, like, it's baked into my DNA, right? Like, think about it. I've never seen slavery in person, but I've seen it in passing. The way that my brothers treat each other, the killing, the stealing, that I never had anything, so I'm gonna take everything you got. The way the systems are designed, my brother got shot 47 times, blown away, only because of some street beef. I mean, I talk about it on Image Issues, the whole thing. I made a whole song for him. Like, it's just baked in. Her story is a part of my story. And I think that's why it just came from me so freely. It wasn't about like, how can I make people feel slavery? It was, I didn't even have to think about it. She was there in the room and all of her witnesses too. As a matter of fact, the ancestral tracks in between all the songs, those were all made for Sarah's song. All the stuff that you hear in Sarah's song behind the poem and the that was the culmination of Sarah's song. Those were her witnesses throughout the whole album. And they were leading you to different areas and the brokenness of how we've been taught to see ourselves as Black people, as intellectuals, as inventors, as carpenters, as farmers, as businessmen and women, as you know, potential political candidates, all of that stuff. We've been we've been torn out of the histories and the annals of this country. The monuments we built have been burnt to the ground. And it's baked into my DNA, those traumas, those losses we never should have lost. And that comes through in Sarah's song in a way that it doesn't in any other on the album.
It's definitely it's definitely not an easy listen.
Oh,
I guess I was astonished at just how far you went with the details.
oh yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I was too. Trust me. When I listened back, I was surprised at what she had to say.
I think that's absolutely marvelous the way your your character has something to say that you didn't necessarily, have to say yourself. That's very that's a very interesting writing process.
Yeah, that's channeling for you. That's what happens when you channel. Just open up the door and let the light come in. That's what I always say.
Uh, it has been absolutely great talking to you. I like to end my interviews by inviting my guest to choose a song by another person that will sort of fit our discussion, fit one of the themes, and I'd like you to choose a song about beauty in some way, but one one that presents a healthy image of that beauty.
Birds flying high, I feel. Breeze drifting on by, I feel. Nina Simone.
Uh, you
Can
got
we do it?
one of the best to ever do it.
Yes. Come on.
All
She
right.
did it. She freaking slayed that song. Nobody can't call it. Thank you.
Brittany
Thank you.
Davis, the new album is Black Thunder. Thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.